Hi, hello! Welcome to Spake Media, where two Christian buffoons talk about music, video games, and all sorts of other media and stuff. Plus books, but we don't talk about that. Anyway, yeah.
So today...
He has a schedule. I'm not organized.
So, as you guys also noticed, we're going to be on YouTube this week. That's not always the plan, it's just what worked today. As it's actually Thursday today, and I'm posting these on Fridays. So, this week it's just going to be on YouTube. We're hoping to get something on Spotify soon.
Yep.
We don't know when that's going to be yet. And at least this camera has a better...
it looks good.
It looks better, yeah. So, the schedule for today, we're going to have some game talk where we're both going to talk about one of our favorite games. It's not necessarily our favorite because we both enjoy Minecraft and stuff, but
we're gonna have to work through our top 5 favorite games on here, game time. Just talk about them.
We'll just talk about our favorite games. This time we got a time limit, so we don't go over it.
Dang it!
So, and then after that, it's fine. I didn't need the intro. Okay, so after game talk, we're gonna talk about music. This week it's gonna be Undertale. We're just gonna talk about our opinions on it, what our favorite song is, and why.
I don't know what the point of this is. It's just talking about music.
It's just talking about music and maybe learn. I don't know. We're just going to have fun with talking about it instead of a movie this week. We're going to see what works best. And then we're going to talk about books, which we're going for Harry Potter. And then we're going to do... I'm going to talk a little bit about the book that I'm writing. But that being said, let's get
he's productive. He writes books and stuff. I just read books and
so
don't do anything productive.
Let's get right into the podcast.
Yeah.
You're gonna start us off with your lovely
video games. Yeah, this is my special
genre.
My area of expertise. That's what the word I was looking for. All right, so I've played lots of games in my lifetime. I wouldn't say lots. I've played a fair amount of video games in my lifetime, and I think that the best games that you can play are the ones that are made with love. The ones that are that have a soul to them. And I think that there's no game that has more soul to it than Psychonauts, which is the game we'll be talking about.
And I have no clue about it.
He doesn't know anything.
This is gonna be nice. It's gonna be learning about a new game.
Alright, so a bit of history. This game was created in 2001, which is 21 years ago. So it's a relatively long time. It's
before I was born.
It's an old game. It was released on the original Xbox, which did not sell well. I don't think it sold well.
That's sad.
It was relatively bad because that was the era that the PS2 came out, and the PS2 was the best-selling console ever made, 134 million units.
We had a PS2.
Oh yeah, really? Oh cool.
Sadly, we got rid of it. But it was fun while we did. It was breaking.
Yeah. We've been a Nintendo household. I've had Wii and Wii U.
We still have a Wii, and that's what we have.
Yeah, I was one of the 13 million people that bought a Wii U. And by the way, compare 131 million units to 13 million units. Let's just think about that, This is a huge difference. I'm getting off topic. Anyway, the Xbox did not sell as well as its competitors, and that's one of the reasons that Psychonauts did not do very well. It's a great game. Spoiler alert. But
yeah, quick thing. There's gonna be a lot of spoilers. If you guys don't want spoilers on the thing we're talking about, don't watch.
I won't talk about spoilers until I say I'll say spoiler alert before I say spoilers.
Right.
Don't worry.
So he'll spend half his time saying spoiler alert.
I'll protect your ears. Anyway, Psychonauts did not sell well. Only about 440,000 units, which
to me is a lot. If I had that many subscribers,
Minecraft has sold 334 million units.
Yeah, okay.
That's about
they've almost
100 times more. For every one copy of Psychonauts that's sold, that's about 100 copies of Minecraft that's sold, which is a lot. The average Nintendo game, or the average Switch game for that matter, sells about 3 million units. So 440K is not very good. No. That could have been because 2001, could have been because advertising, or it could have been because it was on the Xbox with the really weird controller. You seen the Xbox controller? The original Xbox controller?
I might have.
It looks weird. It's fat. That's the best way I can describe it. Think of think of the modern Xbox. Have you seen an Xbox 360 controller?
Don't they look like the PS4 ones? kind of. I
No.
know they're a little bit bigger.
Have you Xbox controller? Have you
Yeah,
seen one
I've
of the, like the Switch Pro controller?
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah.
Imagine if that Switch logo was like that big, and it's right in the middle of the controller. And the whole thing is based accordingly. Like the big part is chunky. Like that's how tall the controller is, not including the grips. Like it's a big controller. So I think it's just a weird controller. That was when like companies couldn't figure out controllers, except for PlayStation. They've had the same controller for however long PlayStation's 20 years.
They've just kind of improved in small
Because
ways.
it was a great controller. Like it was just an awesome controller. And then that was when the Nintendo GameCube controller came out, and it looks really weird. But it's actually heralded as one of the best controllers ever. Like it's really ergonomic and stuff. Anyway, Psychonauts. It was written by one guy, one writer, and his name is Tim Schafer. I don't know who he is. I don't know if he's a good person or a bad person. I just know that he made a dang good game of Psychonauts. And this was just his brainchild, okay? And yeah, that's all the intro that you need. So, Psychonauts is a collectathon. Do you know what a collectathon is?
No.
It's it's like a genre of game. So it's a 3D platformer, right?
Alright.
So, but instead of the focus being on platforming, like say Super Mario Odyssey would be, have you ever played Super Mario Odyssey?
I've watched
No?
enough.
You've watched? Okay.
I've watched
That's all you really need. So you know how you...
Go around.
Well, I guess it could be considered. Okay, so the main focus of a collectathon is story and like collecting a whole bunch of items
So
and stuff.
like how you collect the moons on Mario Odyssey.
Kind of, yeah.
So like you're collecting a bunch of stuff and
But-
it goes with the story?
Yeah, moons are required to progress the story, kind of. But there's a lot of think of moons, but like more diverse and like more different things and
Yeah,
like
so
different abilities and stuff like that. Like Mario Odyssey is a pretty traditional platformer, I think, because it doesn't give you any more abilities at the end than you started with. Like nothing really changes with Mario. He's
No.
exactly the same. But that's because the platformer core is so good. There's nothing is needed because his moveset is amazing. But that one but in Psychonauts, like the main character, he gets a whole bunch of different upgrades and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm going to talk a bit about story. There shouldn't be too many spoilers. All right, so in this fictional world, there are basically people who are born with psychic powers. Now, hold on, psychic. You start thinking, oh, I'm going to read your palm and I'm going to see all the lines of your blood, and they say that Jupiter, when it aligns with Mars, will zap you on the head or something. I don't know. But when you think of psychics, you think of like predicting the future, like soothsaying and stuff like that. It's not like that. It's more like telekinesis. Like,
That's what I was thinking.
Like superpowers, kind of.
Yeah.
So less like...
Their mind.
Yeah, like mind powers, kind of. Okay? So there's like telekinesis, stuff like that. But anyway, like some people are born with those powers, okay? And
I wish I was
you
born
take...
with those powers.
Imagine not having to get up to get the TV remote.
I know.
There we go. Anyway,
Yeah,
yes, let's go! He's my telekinesis. He just picks stuff up for me. Like, go get that! Boom. Anyway, where was I?
Story.
Right, story, yeah. Okay, so you take control of this dude. His name is Raz.
That's a pretty Raz name.
Right, his Rasputin. Short for Rasputin. I don't get that. I didn't get that joke.
It's kind of like Raz.
Oh, okay.
You know what?
Yay!
I'm not even Just keep talking.
Just keep talking. Okay, so you start as Raz, and he's like a circus person, and then he ran away because he's a psychic, and he wants to become a psychonaut. Now the psychonauts, that's the title of the game, ha! Anyway, the psychonauts are like this band of people who are stopping people who are using psychic powers for evil stuff. So it's like the Justice League to the bad guys, the superpower, who also have superpowers, you know? Like, it's the league that counters the
other
bad psycho.
like Harry Potter.
Psychos. Kind of.
Yeah.
I mean...
Wizards stopping
like
wizards because they're wizards.
The Order of the Phoenix, you mean? Yeah. Okay, so it's like, yeah, stuff like that. Anyway. So he wants to become that. It's his lifelong dream. So he goes to this place. It's called Whispering Rock, like a summer camp, okay? So it's a summer camp for, like, little kids. Raz is 10, by the way. Just saying. So he's, like, 10 years old. And so he goes to this place, and he uncovers this whole evil plot there. That's kind of the main plot of the story. So yeah, Psychonauts is very interesting on like a story front and on a writing front. So as I said, it was made by one guy, Tim Schafer, and while being a game or any work of art really being written by one person is usually like a form of media. For example, like a television show, like it being written by one person is usually not. It usually takes a while, but the vision is completely unified. Is the thing. That's why books and stuff are often heralded as like really good. Like there are some books that are amazing, and usually it's because they're written by one person, one unified vision for that book.
You don't
like
have two sides fighting over
yeah,
what should happen.
Or ideas, right?
Style of writing.
Yeah, exactly. Or like what they want the characters to do, right?
The only
how
different games make is the graphic designing and the story.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because you just
have
basically
the books.
So
video games are books, confirmed. They're just big brain books.
They're just, and you have to go through them differently.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a different way of enjoying the content. Anyway, so yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, it was written by one person, and so the writing is fantastic. That's what I'm trying to get at. So like the story is really good, number one, but number two, the comedy is on point. That's one of the most praised things about Psychonauts, is that its comedy is really good, and that game has like made me laugh like more times than a lot of other games. Like I think that it's kind of overhyped by some people. Like some reviews I've read, it's been overhyped, but all in all, I thought that it was a funny game, and well, the story is good as well. So yeah. Oh, another point about the story is that. No, sorry. In my intro, I said that the best games are the ones that are made with love. As I said, it was written by one guy. It was his brainchild. So he and the team, like the team who developed the game, really made it not necessarily polished from a game design perspective, but like very detailed in the lore of the game. So in Psychonauts, one of the main things is going into people's minds, okay? And then their minds are basically like an area, like a 3D space that you can walk around in. For example, like, as an example, there's this one person that you get taught by. He's like the instructor of the camp. His name is Coach Oleander. Interesting name, yeah. So, you basically go into his mind. He has like this little door he puts on his head, and it opens up, and you go in the door in his head. Anyway, and then you go into this 3D space, and he's a war veteran. So it's like a giant war kind of scape. A war, landscape, right? And so he has to traverse through that and get to the other side. It's like the introduction to the mechanics of the game, essentially.
Tutorial.
Yeah, the tutorial, that's right. So yeah, but it's like that's what his mind was, because he's a war veteran and stuff like that. And there's like, it's really interesting because it also gives you like insights into their personalities. Like, I don't know how to say this without getting into spoilers, because because it's the lore of the game that's really expanded by this, is the thing. It's the depth of the game and the depth of the story that really gets expanded by this. But there are a lot of hints about the characters and their backgrounds and stuff that are revealed through the events of the story, and you're going through their minds. Like, it's almost like, I don't know, like going through a book in each of the characters and learning more about them. What you do from the outside, you do from the inside, and their mental constructs. And it's really interesting. And there's all sorts of like hints to how they got that way. For example, later in the game, you have to go through a asylum of mentally disturbed people, and it's not bad. This is a children's game, so it's nothing like, I don't know, psychopath murderers or anything like that. It's more like one guy, he schizophrenic. He thinks he's Napoleon half of the time. Oh, so it's like another person trying to speak through him, right? Yeah, like insane people. And then there's another guy who he can't, like, post-traumatic stress disorder, not from war but from like his childhood being bullied. And even the main villain of the game, like, you have to go in and cure his PTSD from like stuff. It's a very
interesting game.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not the main focus. All of these things that I've told you, you find it's not told to you. All you know when you go to the guy is that you have to go through him, and when you go into his mind, it's laid out like a board game. So it's him and Napoleon. He's trying to prove himself because his last name is Bonaparte. So like Napoleon is in his head, right? Because his last name is Bonaparte. So he's trying to prove to Napoleon Bonaparte in his mind that he was as good as a military statistician as him. So you got to play a board game in his head, like move the pieces around and stuff. So it never tells you, oh, this guy has schizophrenia. You got to like fight the person in his mind or anything like that. It's like it's all indirect, and that's one of
You
the.
just spoiled a lot of stuff for you guys there.
No,
You just spoiled the whole
that
entire
bad.
fight.
Well, it wasn't a fight. It was more like
strategic game. It was just spoiled the entire game there.
Yeah, no, it was just that was one thing. Like, there's a lot of these different people that you have to go through. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to wax poetic. Yeah, I was thinking. I don't know how long we have left here. Yeah, I've already talked for 15 minutes. So I was gonna say I'm gonna start wrapping up here. So.
All right.
The character design is amazing for the people who you go into their mind and for the people you just interact with. Like, it's really awesome. The actual gameplay is really nice. Like, the game design works with you. So, for example, I've said this a lot, but for example, there's this one item that you use, and it's called the Deep Dowsing Rod. So this isn't spoilers, it's just something that'll help you get the currency of the game. So it's kind of like, I don't know, like something that, like a magnet ability in a game, you know? It helps you get the stuff, so you can use it and get stuff. But when you go to like sprint or whatever, like dash, it doesn't put it away. You keep it. Like, it's just those little things that annoy you. Like, if you try to dash in Breath of the Wild with a bow out, he puts it away. And so when you get to your location, if you're only moving for a little bit, and you dash a little bit, you have to take it out again and re-aim and stuff like that. So it's just like those little things. That's one example, but just those little things that just make it very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice. Okay. Yeah, it's a game from 2001. It released on Steam as well, but you might think that it's like crappy graphics, right? And well, it does show its age in kind of the landscaping. You know how some games are just like, you know, like the geometry isn't very good because of like, you know, the. Give me a second. I'm gonna use my words. I promise. Because the terrain and the grass and stuff isn't very detailed. It just kind of looks chunky. And while it does have that because it's an Xbox game from 2001, all of like the like there's cutscenes and stuff, all of those are rendered beautifully. All of the character interactions are amazing, and pretty much every asset is well drawn. Like, I still think that it looks better than some games released today by indie studios. Especially considering this is like a 3D, like completely meshed environment. You know, like it's easier to make a 2D indie platformer look good than it is to make a 3D semi-open world game look good.
One person made it too, so we gotta remember.
One person wrote it. I think it was a team of like 10 people.
Team.
Yeah, so it's an indie studio making a game that was basically outstanding for its time and still looks great today, I think. So the graphics are amazing. Oh, the soundtrack. There's like some soundtrack things that I still hum. Like, I'm outside and I'm just humming it, like while I'm doing stuff. And some of them aren't super good, but there are a lot of catchy tunes in there. It's nothing compared to, say, Undertale or, you know, One Shot or Celeste or any of these like awesome video game soundtracks. But I think that it does have some really good tunes that I listen to all the time. Okay, what else? Gameplay mechanics. This is one thing where I'd say that it's not as good, because I've been singing this game's praises, right? But it's an Xbox game from 2001. So Raz, he's an ex-circus like acrobat. Okay, so he can climb poles. That's his reasoning for climbing poles and being able to like swing on stuff.
Finally, when we have an explanation.
Yeah,
how this person has superpowers.
Yeah, like he's an acrobat. That's how he got there. But sometimes like you feel like you should have latched onto that, but the thing doesn't grab onto the...
This is an angry Noah for you.
He doesn't grab onto the thing because you just missed it. The last level. It's a platforming gauntlet. And it comes out there more than ever. Okay? Sometimes the double jump doesn't come out. Like, if you... Okay, so there's like one... So you can climb onto lattice, right? Like there's some terrain that you can climb up, like a wall, for example, with like netting, you can climb up it. But there's a certain point from when you jump off that you can't double jump. If you try to double jump during that thing, your double jump is gone, and you fall down. And then you have to do the whole platforming section again from wherever your last checkpoint was. Oh, and there's a life system. Because this is a game, an Xbox game from 2001, right? So there's like...
Going back to that. It was an Xbox 2001.
Yeah,
so that's why.
I keep saying this, yeah. But that's the thing, like now the life system is completely arbitrary, right? Back then, everything had a life system, right? Or like every single video game that was released. It was only, like, how many games was it? It was like, what, 3 more Super Mario Bros. Games would come out after this game that used life systems. Like Super Mario Galaxy came out. That's a 3D Mario game that came out with a life system. Like the abolition of the life system just came recently, like relatively recently. But it is annoying, and if you lose all of your lives, then you get kicked out of the person's mind. And you have to go in and like start over from like way early. So
have fun if you guys get into this game. Have fun.
It is okay because every time you get like so many levels, so you get levels from killing people and grabbing figments. They're kind of like the coins of, I wouldn't say coins because they're not a currency. It's like the little, it's like these little pictures and you can walk through them. They're figments, right? Figments in your imagination, right? Because haha, funny joke, it's in mine. Anyway, you go through and then you collect them and then you level up and you get more hearts. So it's not as big of a deal. So it's okay. It's not like, don't play this game, please. It ruined my life because of the live system. It's more like a minor inconvenience that just annoyed me and made an amazing game into, okay, it's amazing, but I won't remember this for the rest of my life.
He's been scarred.
I've been scarred for life. It wasn't that bad. I do need to say that it wasn't that bad. Anyway, I need to be wrapping up. So,
You weren't wrapping up there?
Right. Psychonauts is an awesome game from 2001 that still holds up today, surprisingly. You don't find that in a lot of games. Lots of games, like, have you ever heard of, like, what is it, like Mecha Warriors 5? I think it was. Or was it 2? It's like this Mecha... Have you ever heard of that? Like, the graphics are not good compared to, like, today's standards. This game holds up incredibly well, and it's on Steam. And on sale, you can get it for less than $1. Less than $1! Nintendo games in here in Canada cost $90. I tell you one thing, Super Mario Odyssey ain't worth 90 Psychonauts. That's what I'm telling you right now. So pick up this game if you haven't already. Like the Steam Summer Sale's coming up. Go ahead and pick it up. I hope that my Psycho rant, funny because anyway, Psycho rant somehow persuaded you to buy this video game. So please spend your money.
All right.
Oh, there's a sequel too. The second one.
We're not getting into this right now.
I haven't played it.
All right.
So I haven't played this game, but I'm going to. The Steam Summer Sale is coming up, so it should be half off or something like that. It's $90. It's full price. So yeah.
All right. Well.
Anyway.
And what year was that from again?
2001.
Right.
The original or the?
No, I'm teasing with you.
I wasn't sure.
You've said 2001 in like
2001
7 times. Anyways, so the game I'm going to talk about is it's not going to take me too long. Not as long as.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we're going to have to do something better scheduled in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to be talking about Geometry Dash.
Okay.
It's a mobile game that came to. It was originally just a mobile game, and then they brought it to Steam. I forget why.
Yeah.
I don't know what year it was, which is a good thing, because then I'll be spelling it out every second sentence I say. Anyways, it's a great game. It doesn't cost that much. I think it cost me like $3. So it wasn't that expensive. I mean, compared to Psychonauts, it's not. It's a little more expensive. But
well, yeah. That's
$3 is like pocket money.
Exactly.
You guys can get that easy. The game is actually one of the largest single-player communities ever. It's just crazy. I was hoping I had some ideas how they could make it multiplayer. Is basically you have checkpoints in the level, and when you die, you go back to that checkpoint.
Yeah.
And then like you can have like 10 players going through this one level.
Yeah.
I liked watching the skill level. Like when it was just a mobile game, the demon levels, the hardest levels in the game, were like easy.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. I've watched videos like hard demons back then are now insane levels, which are just below the easy demon. Yeah. Just below the easy demon one, which is insane. Insane. Anyways.
I didn't catch that.
He's not a Geometry Dash player. He's not gonna get it.
No, I'm a pleb. I'm a dude. I don't know.
So, there's not much to talk about on the game. Like you tap the screen or tap your mouse or your space bar, and the thing jumps and does different things. There's a couple different game modes. There's your cube, your
what
ship.
What does the cube do?
It jumps.
What does the ship do?
It flies.
Okay, but how? Like,
click, 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 and it's like.
Oh, so kind of like Flappy Bird then.
Not.
Like,
no, that's the UFO.
Like you press,
the UFO has the same aspects of.
Okay, so you press the space bar and it like jumps a certain amount.
And a rocket is more, or ship is more gradual, where like if you hold it, it will go.
Okay,
and then you'll let go, and there's something that it's called straight flying, and it's basically where you click it and you keep the ship going straight.
Okay.
It's really hard to do. It's in most extreme demons, which is the hardest demons there are. I'll probably just be talking about why I like the game. I'm pretty good at it. I'm a mobile player though, so the reason why Geometry Dash became into harder levels is because the skill level went skyrocketed when they put it on Steam.
Oh yeah.
So so that the computer players, they could get through it in like those hard demons back in the day were like getting past impossible levels. There was something called the impossible levels. They were getting beaten. The skill level has gone really high, like really high. Mm-hmm. The hardest level right now is called Slaughterhouse. Nice name, I know.
Yes, beautiful. It's a demon slaughterhouse.
I think it's like.
And we're a Christian show, ladies and gentlemen.
Fine. I'm just talking about the game mechanics. We're talking about Psychonauts.
Yeah, I'm talking about. Let's go. All right, today on the schedule we have psychics and demons. Let's welcome to Spake Media.
Anyways, for you who play Geometry Dash, you know what? I'm just gonna use the word that the game uses.
Huh?
I'm just gonna use the word that the game uses.
Spit it out
to describe whatever. Anyways, to continue on, this game is really good. So there's the levels. They've got their in-game levels where the people who made the game made.
Like the story mode kind of.
The story,
Or the campaign.
Which I've almost beaten all the levels, but I'm having trouble.
So they're not too difficult then?
They get more difficult as you progress. Mm-hmm. There's a light version, so you can get it for free. The light version is not as good though, because it's free. When you buy the full version, you don't get ads, which is really nice. As well as you can make your own levels. And that's a huge thing. That's why I think the community has such a huge boost. Because you can make levels super hard. I've got an extreme demon in the making right now. Actually, it's made. I gotta have someone to beat it for me though. They're working on it right now actually. Not as we speak, but sometime. So yeah. You can make your own levels. You can play other people's levels that they made. It's a really fun game. There's some really nice synchronizing levels. There are levels I don't like because they don't sync. Like music sync, you mean? Yeah, the songs are great though. Like
Yeah.
some of the music, I'm like, oh, this is ugly. I'm sorry, I don't like that. Like the bubble sound. I can't. I don't know. Like, Undertale doesn't have any of those songs, so it's fine.
Yeah, like
but
those
a new electronic.
Synth?
Yeah, like
Like
it's
a-
like zzz, 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 like I can't do the sound.
Like a,
I don't mind that so much.
I'm making a fool of myself.
Yeah,
I don't know.
he is.
I don't know his synths. and stuff.
I don't know how to explain it. There are some songs.
Do you
I
have
don't
like a
on
song that the community could reference?
there. Xenogenesis, the part from the Fat Rat, the part where it goes all ugly. That's all I can say. It's like there you have your main melody.
Look for the synth.
Melody. Yeah.
The giant synth.
It's kind of ugly. That, in my opinion, you guys have a complete different opinion than me. That's why we're only talking about our opinions here, not facts.
It's my objective.
There's not much more to say about Geometry Dash except for the fact that it's a really good game. You should get it. It more speaks for itself. There are some really fun levels on there. Since I'm on mobile, I can't play all of them because not just because of my skill level, but because my tablet can't actually handle the objects. Because there's over-decorated levels which have 500,000 objects, and that causes, and my tablet can deal up to like 40,000 without lagging. So think of the 500,000 to the 40,000.
Yeah.
And I can only build levels up to 80,000 because I'm on mobile. When you're on computer, I think you get unlimited or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird to me. Anyways, that's all I have to say for this. Next on our schedule, we can't spend too much time on this.
It's music, right?
Yeah. We're going to talk about Undertale music. And 1 week we're hoping to actually talk about the Undertale game itself. But I need to play it first.
That one track, I was talking to him about one track behind the scenes, and it was like one of my favorites, but I don't know what it's called. I didn't look it up.
How does it go again?
Like it starts like a do 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 do. Yes. Do do do. Nope. Do do do. That's like the bass bit. I can't double do like melody and bass at the same time. It also sounds bad.
Yeah. My favorite song, I can remember the name, is probably his theme.
Yeah.
I really like his theme. It's a very chill song. And by the way, we hopefully on the channel soon, whether we're going to be putting it on this channel, but we're also going to be putting it on another channel. We're working on an Undertale medley.
Oh yeah.
It sounds really nice. There's a lot of little tweaks that we need to make to it, and just get altogether better.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Make sure you get subscribed so you get notified when we upload that, so you can watch it and listen to it.
And like it and comment.
Yeah.
And I think we've said our entire subscribe. A large percentage of you aren't subscribed, so you guys should totally watch. Yeah. I don't know why YouTubers do that.
170% of you are not subscribed who are watching this video right now.
If you're watching this part right now,
you're not subscribed. So do it! What are you waiting for? No, I'm talking to you. Unsubscribe and resubscribe. That's what you need to do.
I just get out this notification. You're at 0 subscribers, and then I'm going to hit like 100. I'm going to be like, what?
Yep. I just tanked his engagement and stuff.
Alright.
Boom. Anyway.
As I said, there wasn't a lot to talk about music. We're just going to try
Wait, is that it?
Unless you can remember your favorite song.
Theme. Alright, next topic. No.
We didn't want... We would have stayed longer, but we don't have much time left.
Okay, I'm just going to run through some of my favorites.
Asgore?
Hold on. Yes, Asgore is awesome. It's like a lot of the all of lots. Okay. I've organized my thoughts. You can stop now. Okay, all of. Bro, no. Anyway, lots of the songs in Undertale have like reoccurring melodies. They all have a lot of reoccurring melodies. I think that Asgore has like one of the most unique.
Besides, but that was actually originally for a different.
Besides Megalovania, yeah, it was from.
So it was
from an Earthbound mod for Halloween.
Dun 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 da 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 ba da dun 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 dun. I can play that on the piano too, but I'm really bad at it.
Megalomania is pretty cool. And iScore?
iScore,
And-
you know how it goes.
Battle.
That's the same as
Yeah.
Heart.
Yeah, Heartache, yep.
Anyways.
That's a reference. Boom, I just referenced y'all. Anyway, I don't know why I said that. Did Battle Against a True Hero, and that one's awesome.
I also like Spirit of Justice.
Yes,
Dun 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 dun. Yeah.
it's so good, yep. Do you listen to, this will be the last segment, but that's pretty much all my favorite songs, but do you listen to Undertale remixes a lot? Do you have like any favorites or ones that you
There was
enjoy?
one Undertale song. Oh, there's the piano remix of his theme that I listened to. It sounds really good. I forget who it's by. So it's like the da 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 da.
Okay, so it's another his.
But there was
Undertale slash his theme.
oh, it was like it was a his theme / Hopes and Dreams, I believe.
Oh, cool. That's neat.
I can't remember what it's called though. It had like an actual name to it, but I
Okay,
can't
yeah.
remember it.
Oh man, there's a guy. I'm a sucker
There's a
for.
guy.
Thanks for that. Thanks so much. Anyway, I'm a sucker for
$50.
like really electronic songs. Not necessarily like the synths that you were talking about, like the heavy electronic. I mean like pump up music, you know. Anyway, like really like electronic, like. No, like EDM and Eurobeat, kind of like that kind of music. Anyway, there's a Asgore remix by Nick Nitro. That's what it is.
Nitro.
Nick Nitro. Anyway, it's really good. It's like,
I know this is
in
off
my
context.
opinion, his best song that he's made. But that's just my opinion. But
Look
yeah.
at my puppy. This is off content. Like this is.
Bro,
but-
what we're talking about?
Anyways, let's get back to it.
Puppy. Anyway, yeah. So Nick Nitro, Asgore. That's probably my favorite remix, and you have random a remix that you didn't know what it was called, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on like the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. Anyways, that's really all for music.
Yeah,
Because we got to get on to our next part, which we talked about last week, so we don't have to talk about too much this week.
Yeah.
We're
we're
going to
making
do
alright
a quick
time.
book tier list for Harry Potter,
Book tier
and then I'm going
list.
to just kind of give up really brief.
Give
the
up.
timer will go off probably before this is over, but we're not going to go much over the timer. We're pretty close on schedule.
Yeah, we're fine.
Anyways, Harry Potter.
So you didn't need to keep hurrying me
Tier
along.
list.
You could have let me talk.
No,
about
we can't
Psychonauts
go
for
too
another
much.
half hour.
We can't
Come on.
talk too much longer over it. I'm just gonna kind of say something about my book. Anyways,
All right.
tier list for Harry Potter. We discussed some of the stuff last week. We're not gonna do a huge recap because a huge recap means we're gonna waste the time we have left.
You see, there were problems with his storage space.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
well, we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna start where we were.
Harry Potter!
Harry Potter. Yeah. Anyways,
Book tier list.
we're going to.
I feel like the top. Okay, so the top two are obvious. Like these are the ones that are like most critically acclaimed. It's 5 and then 2, or 5 and then 7, 2.
Two is at the bottom of our list.
Yes, it's 5 and then 7. Reason
5,
being,
7,
they're both
1.
great. Yeah. Okay.
First
So
one.
so just real quickly. 5, it has like more interaction with all of the characters than the 7th does.
And it's actually almost sadder than
Seventh
the
is more climax action along with like emotional release because it's the end of the end of the septilogy.
They had no comical relief.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, they did.
The 5th book, I think, is more well balanced, and it's got more interaction. It's got more interaction than the 7th, and it's more well balanced. So that's why I personally prefer it over the 7th book. The 7th book was still really good, and that's why it's the second tier because it is amazing.
Then we have the first book. The reason it was a very, very good start into an
Yes.
amazing book series.
It's like why you started reading the series in the first place, right?
Pretty much.
If your first book is DOA, Dead on Arrival, then it's like your whole series is doomed to destruction because, well,
They're not going to want to read.
why would you want to
reading.
read about this Harry Potter dude and his weird friends of like the first? Who are these people anyway? What? I don't
But
get
it's
this.
very well written.
Yes.
The next one, struggling to figure out.
So what we have left is the third
4,
book,
6,
the fourth,
2.
the third book, the fourth book, the sixth book, and the second book is what we're. So
Second book is at
2,
the bottom
3,
for
4,
both
and
of
6.
us, though, so that
Yeah. So the second book is clear because it had so many plot contrivances.
it was well written though. We're not saying it was no. What I mean by
listen.
that
Oh, okay.
is it's still a really good book. We're not saying it's not a good
Harry
book.
Potter
We're just
book-
saying it's not on the top of our list.
It's not on the same level as the other books.
It's I feel like it's like more of that what do you call them?
It's
like
a
a
dream-
middle scene. Like it's just a little bit of an introduction to
The first book was so good, nothing could top it.
pretty much.
So the second book had to be a letdown, number one, and number two, I think it's the weakest book. It's the weakest link in between all of them.
Yeah.
But it's only the second book, and you still have a whole bunch more time. Like, no Harry Potter book is a bad book.
No.
That's the awesome thing about the Harry Potter series, is that there is no bad
They
book.
all catch
They're
you
all
in.
really good.
So
But yeah, the
now
second
we
one
got
was the
the
worst.
4, 6, and 3.
And we're still in debate about this. I thought 6 was weak, like the one of the weaker books, because it's all set up for the 7th book. But it does have the Dumbledore Adventures, which
That's true. It's
redeem
more
it.
of an intro book to the 7th book. I just liked.
It doesn't have a lot as
Yeah,
much.
you're right. I don't really like the 6th one.
Harry's whole arc is ugh, Dumbledore, ignore me, and then he dies, and that's it.
Is it the 6th book when he had a huge temper tantrum? Or was that the 5th one?
It might have been the 5th one.
I think it was the 5th one. But I think the 6th one had it too.
Yeah.
Anyways,
That- actually,
6th one is number 6 on the list then.
I think so. I
Now,
personally didn't like
we're having
Now, fourth and
third.
third.
I really like the 4th one because the action in it. Because it was
yeah.
super exciting. You just wanted to keep reading.
The
You wanted
fourth
to
one
see...
actually used to be my favorite. Like when I was younger, I actually really liked the 4th book because it's
The third one
It's a little.
is more of an introduction to Harry's past.
Kinda. Oh, is that the one where he goes
Cyrus,
into
you see Cyrus.
Oh,
And
the
the
third
shack.
book, you mean? You're
Yeah,
talking about the third
third.
book. Oh, okay, yeah. It's kind of like, yeah, him finding out about his past.
Just a bit more.
yeah.
A lot more than some of the other books. I think the 4th book has to be on my 4. Like it's
I don't
4
know.
or 4.
You're convincing me. I think it's 4 and then 3.
Yeah, that's what yeah.
Yeah.
Convinced.
Yeah. The 4th one is just pretty good. I feel like the mystery, there's like a mystery in the 4th book.
I really like the
mystery.
suspense.
It was pretty good.
I like
It
the
was
suspense.
Pretty good.
And it's where the
it came out of left field. It definitely did.
it's where the first murder came in, I believe.
Oh yeah, and it's kind of talks. It goes back into like the old Voldemort days.
But did you know
Which is
the
something
first
you
murder wasn't actually Cedric? It was the man at the start of the book, I believe, who got murdered. You know that old
Wasn't that
man?
the cat?
No, that old man.
The basilisk. The thing?
The old.
Oh, we're not talking about
Oh.
the second book. Are we talking about the? What
The
book are we
first
talking
death
about?
mentioned.
Are you talking about in the trilogy?
No,
or the
I'm talking
septilogy as a whole?
about the first death that we see. Like we the first death that happens that we can is visualize, because of course Harry's parents died first, and those were the first people to be mentioned. But like it was the first book that the death happened. Fourth.
Okay,
Fourth.
I don't exactly remember. Oh, you mean
The old
The
man,
Prime
the
Minister.
the gardener at Tom Riddle's mansion, and he walks in and starts eavesdropping.
Okay. I got you now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So not really like a.
The real
Important to the
first
story.
death that you kind of see is Quirrell, but in the
Yeah,
first
kinda.
book he dies because Harry poisons him with love. That's something.
No, isn't he? Doesn't he go back to being Wormtail last time? Oh, Quirrell. Oh.
Quirrell.
No, don't
Quirrell died from being poisoned by love because.
Yeah, basically. that's basically it. He just got destroyed by love.
Anyways,
Get wrecked. All right, so.
Can you agree with me though? The best thing that happened was that Hagrid didn't die.
Yeah.
If he had died,
didn't
that
die.
would have been the saddest death.
Yes.
Dobby
He's a good
was
guy.
the saddest, but if
Yes.
Hagrid had died, I would have had to admit it would have been higher than Dobby.
Oh yeah. Hagrid's just.
I
kinda
thought
like
he
the
was
nice
dead.
person.
I thought he was dead when I first read it.
Oh yeah.
When he got his thing blew up.
When he got just demolished.
All right. So I think with that being said, we finished the Harry Potter tier list.
Yeah.
Let's go 5, 7, 1, 4, 3, 6, 2. Okay. Try remembering.
Order of the Phoenix, the best one. And
Deathly
then
Hallows.
there's Deathly Hallows, which is a close second.
Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah. Did you know that it was actually in the States called the Sorcerer's Stone because they thought that Americans wouldn't understand the word philosopher? Actually, yeah. Americans are too stupid to know what that means. We say as Canadian citizens. Anyway. Yeah.
All right.
That's really funny.
The Goblet of Fire.
Yep, the fourth book.
And then we got Prison of Azkaban.
Yep.
Prisoner.
Prisoner of Azkaban.
And then we got the Half-Blood Prince. That's it.
And then the Chamber of Secrets. Yep.
It was really good. Yeah. I'm not actually since we're kind of out of time here.
Oh, I can just do this. Hold on.
We're not going to be talking about my book this week. I think we need a separate time for it because I've got a lot to talk about. So thanks for watching this episode. So glad you could join us. And next week will be even more different because we're still trying to figure everything out.
In 2 weeks, right?
2 weeks, that's what I meant.
Yep.
During the summer, it might become a little bit harder to do this because of work. We both got jobs.
Mm-hmm.
We're making the money so we can actually afford some of the things we want to afford. Quick little thing. I think next week we're actually going to either discuss another 2 of our favorite games, or we're going to introduce something completely new. We're not going to tell you what that is because I still have to discuss with him because I'm just making things up on my spot.
We're going to
talk about a movie next week. I'm actually going to have a movie planned. We're probably going to do our Kung Fu Panda or...
I've never watched Kung Fu Panda, so I have no idea. So
Big
he's just going to talk about... Oh, Big Hero 6. Yeah, I know that movie.
Okay, we'll probably talk about Big Hero 6 then. And then... for the books, as I said, we might talk about music if we make a schedule so we actually stay on time.
What did you say about books, by the way? Just to reiterate?
We're going to be talking about my book, Dragon Arrow.
Okay.
And if it's really short, we'll probably discuss How to Train Your Dragon books.
Okay.
Because they're really good.
That's fair, yeah.
So with that being said, nice to see you guys.
Thank you so much for watching.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Bye.